from Privacy Village Festival. Today, it is one of the most anticipated calls for me because today I have one of my Instagram heroes, I would say,
Thank you so much.
Ertaç Altınöz, who is a renowned creative person who is known for his illustrative work, especially around George R.R. Martin's uh, Westeros, I would say. And his dragons are acclaimed all over the world. And I've been following him on Instagram for the last couple of years. And thankfully, he agreed to be with us as the first creative talk during the festival. So, Ertaç abi, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me for your video, for your call. And so grateful to be here. And I'm so excited to be one of your guests too, Mert. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, I have some set of questions, so I will just start with them. So you started as a fan creating incredible portraits that community fell in love with, and eventually you became an official illustrator of George R.R. Martin's world. What was the exact moment, the specific email or phone call where you realized you were no longer just a fan,
Yeah.
but a gatekeeper of Westeros and its art?
Oh, thank you so much. You humbled me. It's not gatekeeping, to be honest, but I am very proud to be included with one of his projects because I was a huge fan, and I'm still a huge fan for his universe. I have been doing some fan arts for Westeros for maybe 5 or 6 years. And then one day I got an email from 10 Speed Press, which is connected with
Uh-huh.
Penguin Random House, one of the biggest publishers on earth. And at first I was just like, is someone making a joke to me? And one of my friends are trying to mock me with my passion with this work. And I was skeptical at first, but later then I checked the email and it was correct. It was really coming from 10 Speed Press. So I was very excited to hear it. They asked me to be with George R.R. Martin's and Elio M. Jr.'s and Linda Anderson's next upcoming book. And the first thing I remember, I asked them that which other artists are going to be in this book, and they told me this one, this one, and I was like, wow, really a big book is to be, because those names were one of people that I can call my masters, to be honest. And I was very excited to be in, and of course I was in. At first, I was asked for doing around 13 or 14 pieces in the book, some interior illustrations. Then we started to work, and then the rest came, and they asked me at some point to be, or are you interested in doing the cover artwork of the book? And I was like, wow,
Blown.
this is big, and the book is here with me.
Yeah, please show it.
You know it. Yeah,
It's amazing.
the cover is done by me, and I have in total 21 illustrations in this book. Some interior designs you will get when you have this book. It was released in 2023 or 22. I don't know. I'm not sure at the moment. It was golden times. It was a great memory for me, and it was a big honor to be included in this book.
It's an honor for all Turkish artists, I would say, who is like in all of fantasy work. So congratulations, abi. And
Thank you so much.
coming to Turkey, like living and working from Turkey, you reached the absolute pinnacle of global fantasy art with the cover and such, I would say. And do you feel like your cultural background or the history of the lands you live in, such as Ayvalık, adds a specific
Mhm.
weight and ancient feel to your depictions of castles, kings, dragons? What would you say?
Yes, in some degree, I guess. In some degree, it's because of our genes as Turks, because we are we are living on lands which has a very rich culture, and Turkey is on the crossroads of many different places, and it was home for many different civilizations, and of course it affects our vision to the world, because we are neither from west nor from east.
Yeah.
We are a mixture of both of them, and I can't call myself that I have huge knowledge about my own culture or every cultures, but you know, going we have some. How can I say? We are lucky to be so many museums around, and you can always visit them and see many different cultures in a couple of hours. And uh, I guess it's a yes, because we, as Turks, we have deep bonds with our historical ancestors, I can say,
Yeah.
and we are very familiar with different cultures, their armor sets, their looks, their structure, etc., etc. We are very close to Europe. Some of our lands are part of Europe, so it's probably what we feel, because we, even though we don't know so much about different cultures, it is in our genes, because we have a society which is very mixed with bloodlines,
Yep.
So I guess it's something about our instincts as an artist. It is affecting our instincts to create some works. So it's a yes.
Thank you. Thank you for the answer. And we have some other people joining in. Hello, Brock. Hello, Tess. Hello, Sude. Uh, we are not that much of a people, so please open your cameras and speak whenever you want. Let's make it a cozy village event. So, Tess, yeah, please. You raised your hand.
I was trying
Yeah.
I was trying to wave, but hi everyone.
Hello.
Good to see you all. Thank you so much for bringing this topic to us. It's really fascinating to hear how AI is being used in kind of the creative process. I know I work in video games, and it's interesting how there's a dividing line between when it's acceptable and when it's not. So it's really illuminating to see how it's actually being applied.
Thank you, Tess. So I have some set of questions, but please jump in whenever you like with your questions. So I repeat that as well. But then I'm gonna get to my next question because I have so many for Ertac, and again, this is one of the most exciting talks for me during the festival. So you are famous for your dragons, and they don't just look like monsters; they look like they have personalities, histories. How do you approach the anatomy of a creature like Balerion to make it feel like a living, breathing, terrifying animal than a statue? By the way, for those who haven't seen it, can you again show the book cover, please? Uh,
Yeah, of course.
it looks amazing.
I may be the first official Turkish artist who worked on George R. Martin book, and of course Elio M. Garcia and Linda
Uh-huh.
Antonson book. So about your question, I can say when I try to depict dragons, I'm trying to maintain some soul, give them soul, some characteristics, and I'm trying to make them feel like they are different creatures from each other. They have their own personalities. They have their own habits. They have their own characters, you know. So with Balerion, when I was asked to draw Balerion on my first George R. R. Martin project, it was kind of scary at first, but then I was very lucky that I had the one of the best art directors on earth. We were working together very good together. So they asked me to give my own approach to him, to Balerion, and they let me do whatever I want to do with him, his look. So I tried to give my own interpretation when I read the books, and I imagined him being with an X-like face, you know, the horns, upper ones, bottom horns. I gave it a X shape head, so was mm, I was aiming to him look more ferocious, dangerous, and very, how can I say, when it strikes, it's like uh, hitting with its nose to its prey. Like it has a triangular shape chin. So it was like bam, bam, bam, bam, and grasp and then bites with its big teeth. And you see, I always love using combs, quote unquote, with my dragons, some meaty parts from their chins. It's like turkeys have, you know. And with this one, I was inspired by one of park dinosaurs, Dilophosaurus, you know, the one with combs, big combs, spitting venom. And it was a bit of its influence here. And when I imagine about Balerion, I know it must be special because hello, Tess, and because he must look very ancient because he is the oldest one, the most biggest one. So that's how I imagined Balerion. I hope fans loved it, and to be honest, I don't know if there are some Balerion depictions in George R. R. Martin books officially, but this one became one of the most known and most accepted interpretations of Balerion.
And thanks to you, we got this interpretation, and I think like it's one of the coolest I've ever seen. I will not be.
Thank you.
Right,
Thank
Tess? Like it was amazing. And like
I love a dragon. Hell yeah.
Thank you so much.
Great job.
Thank you.
And now I'm gonna get to the AI bits of the talk a little bit. And in 2026, an AI can generate a dragon in, let's say, 5 to 6 seconds. However, your work has like this again, like you just showed, a deeper sense and texture and grit. So, what is the one thing, the soul of the piece, that you believe a machine can never replicate from a human master?
A good question. It would be adding interpretation and imagining, I guess, because a machine cannot imagine and it doesn't think, cannot make decisions for me, at least for now. Art is not a perfect copy of the world, as we all know. Many painters, including myself, can paint realistic scenes, or some may even work photorealistically. But art is much more about how you see and show the world, you know. So just as my painting of a lemon will not be the same with Picasso's, you know. And when an AI product, I would say, will never be the same with a person's real work for me, because when a real person does an artwork, they can, how can I say, they can give their own vision, their own ideas, their own angle to the point, and people imagine, you know. But with AI, the images it provides are derived is the right word, I guess, from those produced butters, you know.
Yep.
It's the written data from already existed. So therefore, the one thing artificial intelligence cannot copy from human is the ability of interpret, I guess.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the answer. And as an artist, how do you feel, like as an illustrator working within this universe, how do you feel about your own style potentially being used to train these models and driving your work being driven to create such dragons?
Yeah, sometimes I hate, sometimes I don't bother myself with it because it happens, it's up to everyone, you know, and I don't find it completely ethic, quote unquote, to take uh, design without their consent. And I see on constantly people saying, if you don't want AI feeding of your work, don't upload it on social media. So what should we do then? Hearing this is like something that's not someone saying, if you don't want to break into your house, don't buy a house to yourself. You know what I mean? So, as an ordinary individual, I don't enjoy encountering so much AI generated content online, to be honest, because in the beginning, much more warmer for this new technology, and I was not so skeptical, and I was giving it a chance because like I am open to all ideas, new technology, etc. And I am always supporting which can lead us to the future. But at this time, in the moment, I guess it's not being used well, at least by the right hands. You know,
Yeah.
for example, I don't enjoy seeing a cat dancing video, or it looks like meaningless to me. It feels like it takes unnecessary time from my life, and as an artist, I must feed my imaginary with real artworks and real content or real music. But it's especially on social media, I think it's a bit too overwhelming right now. Uh, that's that's the summary. So, to be honest, I'm not so happy with it
Yeah.
being so much included in our lives. But in the end, I'm just a person. What can I do? You know? And in the end, I'm not that bothered. I'm trying to be not bothered by AI with the possibility of it taking some information from my works. If it will happen, it will happen. I can't stop this, and I don't ever think that AI can take my job from me, because it can make me lose money. Maybe it can make me lose some clients, but in the end, my drawing, you know, my job is not earning money. My job is creating. So whatever it to our artistic journey, I'm always gonna be here doing what I do in life. I always create more, and I will always do it for my soul, for my. This is an artist's whole meaning of existence.
Yep.
We came to this world, as I feel myself. We came to this world to um, show people something from our minds and from our eyes, and I will try to do more in the future.
Thank you for that lovely answer, Ertaç. And Tess, please take the stage. But before that, Ertaç abi, we have a connection problem with you.
Oh, really?
Yes, is there any chance that you might switch to a mobile, etc.? Because sometimes we're losing some packages, and it gets
Okay.
hard to hear you.
Let me change my internet connection.
That would be
This may
perfect.
work, which may work better. I'm gonna ask you a couple of minutes for you.
No
for you
worries, no
guys.
worries at all.
Okay.
So let me introduce.
I'm living in Ayvalık because I live in some rural place rather than a big city. There are always a good chance to have internet connection issues.
Well, I think it's a lovely space to create, and one day I
Thank
would
you.
love to visit you there, abi.
Thank you. You are always welcome.
Thank you. And Tess, you have a question, or
Oh,
stage
yeah,
is yours.
I had a question, but I don't want to overwhelm the speaker if we're doing other internet connection things. But what you were saying about artists not being replaced by AI, that's like the number one question that I'm getting from creatives in the workspace.
Yes.
Can I please ask you what was the question again, because it
Of
cuts
course.
when.
Yeah, no worries. I got you. Okay,
Mhm.
I was leading up with AI and job displacement is one of the biggest questions that I get from creatives in my industry. And I find it interesting because as a creative, I'm busy producing podcasts and short form content and TTRPGs. And at every point, there's an opportunity to use AI. I was thinking about AI music recently. I found some really good tracks, like they're really good tracks. And I was thinking, well, myself, even as a creative, I don't know that I could produce something that had that much cohesion or fluidity to it. So my question to you is, do you think that the artist's skill set is advantageous to finding gens that are going to effectively do the job? Like your taste and your sense of creativity, is that what is helpful in informing what the output looks like?
Mm.
Let me know if you need me to rephrase that.
Can I please a little bit more explain the
Sure, yeah.
question for me? Yeah.
Between an average user of generative AI and an artist using generative AI, do you think the ultimate output would be better with the artist?
No. I never think that. I know this video with us talking about AI, and I know it would be better if I talk much more positively on behalf of AI, but I'm not gonna be talking positively about AI because I don't believe that. Why? Because I always see some tweets on X, like you will see what wonders AI will do with great hands, in the great hands of artists, and they will change the world. They will create the absolute artwork, etc., etc. And where are they? I mean, it can't be everyone who is working on these modules. Either music or drawing or painting, it can be everyone who were amateurs, you know.
Mhm.
There are possibly very well-known people from the industry working started to working with AI. There are definitely, I'm sure there are definitely some people who already um, made some real traditional drawing before in their lives, and I don't, to be honest, I didn't see any uh, revolutionary artwork from AI from a real artist who has worked on real mediums. And so I don't think that how much it doesn't matter how much you know about art or music or art in general. I don't think the vision will not so affecting what you prompt with you with a keyboard. You know what I mean? And the answer from me is possibly no. It won't change. I don't believe it will change. If I'm wrong, please correct me. If there are some good examples that I missed from real creators who started to work with AI out there, which is considered as good, please enlighten me. If I maybe I missed it, but I didn't see any.
One example I can think of, and perhaps I think you know him. He's also a Turkish artist. Refik Anadol. What do you think about his work?
It wouldn't be right for me to talk about another artist's work, you know, on
But
such platforms. But I can say that I know him and his works, but I am not so much familiar with what he is doing, and mostly what he is doing recently. Do you mean that he's started to work with AI right now?
as far as I know, that's why I like included him in the talk. What he does is like right now 100% AI driven and
Oh, I didn't see.
such. That's why I was
I didn't see, but I will check. I will check at my first chance. I didn't see.
all right. I'll send you some of his work afterwards. They're really
Mm-hmm.
cool. That's why like um, I think like there's this touch that artists can have better than like average Joes in order to output better work. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not by prompting, by the way. He's not prompting. He's like building his own models from scratch,
Mm.
etc. So like, if we're talking about prompting, I'm in the same uh, line of
Mm-hmm.
thought with you.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
creating your own pipeline, etc. I think like that's that's there are hidden treasures there. Tess. That's
Mm.
my humble
It may be.
opinion.
It may be. I didn't see. In maybe in caricatures, it may be affecting. To be honest, the outcome for test question. I'm answering. I'm adding now. With maybe caricature, it may be some effect in some degrees to be an artist. But other than that, with Gen AI, especially, I don't see if you are giving a prompt, if you're an artist or not. If it does change anything, I really have no idea, but I just don't think so.
Thanks for answering.
Always.
Burak
My
abi,
pleasure.
you have a question, I suppose, or any remarks?
Yeah, a comment and a question. First of all, I'm very pleased to meet Ertaç. So we are similar at the same age because actually my happiness is the same as when I noticed Yıldıray Çınar and Mahmut Asrar a decade ago in the comic books that I was reading. Hey, this guy is Turkish. So it was that kind of surprise after when I see you in the event. So
Thank you so much.
pleasant surprise. Thank you very much for your work.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Brad. I am humbled. Thank you.
And my pleasure. And actually, like my comment is, so like Tess, even though I am ancient in terms of creating, of course, just on the creation bit. So I have a homebrew TTRPG work that I created 25 or 26 years ago. And at that time, even though my, like say, humble, crude drawings, I was at a limit. So what I am using AI, I resurrected my work 2-3 years ago, and LLM and AI helped me. So my take on that as an amateur TTRPG is I'm not earning money on that, but I'm using it to illustrate in my games. So sometimes creating small videos, sometimes creating illustrations, and it helped me a lot to visualize what I am doing. But my take on this is if I earn money from my work, my dream is, of course, hiring illustrators to illustrate the words. And actually, nowadays, we are working with a 3D manufacturer, 3D mini manufacturer. What we are doing is like, say, he's also like me. He's from Turkey and he's creating amazing work. So he's just at the moment licensing through DM Stash or other areas on the 3D models. But started working on it. What we are using, still we are using AI, but of course our dream is maybe manufacture a line of the 3D minis from my work. And if we start to earn money from there, what we will be doing is we'll be doing and working with 3D artists from worldwide to like say create the authentic 3D. So I think for me, as an amateur, it's just dropped the barrier because what I was doing 25 years ago when I was playing Dungeons and Dragons, maybe 8 was I was asking my friends who had great drawing draw the character pictures for me. I still even have the hard copies of that, tons of that. My good friends that has like say black and white drawing it was limited. So for me, AI is just replacing my good friends that were drawing my characters for me. So that's my comment.
Thank you so much for your journey, sharing your journey with us. And I wish you good luck with what you are dreaming to achieve. Personally, I have no issues with anyone who is, how can I say, interested in working with AI and who is including AI to their works. But I have just a slight objection to the point because I see some people claiming that they are artists themselves and they concoct something like AI artist, AI art. I'm kinda against that, you know, because being an artist is not something that it can be handled, or it can be, how can I say, so fast. It shouldn't be happening so fast. There needs to be some phases you should pass. There must be some struggles in your workflow, and emptying the meaning of art itself with AI is really bothering me than the possibility of me losing some money, some clients, to be honest. And art and artists is something different, you know. I saw someone saying if you go to a restaurant and tell the chef to prepare you a hamburger, then are you going to be a chef yourself? So it's like this, you know, you are giving it some prompts. As far as I know, there are some other ways to make some AI generated content. I know, like uploading photos, videos, etc. And I'm sure there are some other ways too. But from what I see, using prompts and writing prompts my heart tells that it shouldn't be considered as being an artist. You know, it's something different. You need to feed on different mediums, feed on different artworks. You need to have a vision. You need to have something to tell. Sometimes I see people tweeting like, I have a great idea on my mind, and I'm doing it with AI, and I'm telling them, if you have a great idea in your mind, then sit and write a book, and you can write a book. You don't have to try to be a movie producer or a movie director. Maybe it will be possible in the future, but at the moment, in this moment, I don't know it can be possible to be a AI movie director. If there will be a section in the Oscars one day for AI generated movies, I don't know if it will be happening, and I guess it will never be happening. But I have no objection with people experimenting with AI, but I have some objections with some of people calling themselves artists for just giving them some tasks to do and claiming that the outcome, if the outcome is their own, it's not their own. It's from a machine, not from you. That's all I must say.
Thank you, Ertaç. So actually, I agree with you on today, and I'm like you, conservative about the future, because I don't know what will happen in the next 5, 10, maybe 20 years. But at the moment, yeah, with maybe exceptions like Mr. Anadol, yeah, the other guys or girls who are drawing with LLMs. So, and unfortunately, I have some friends who are calling themselves AI artists, so it's too early for them. But thank you. Keep watching, and whenever we are at Ayvalık, I will also try to ping you. So I'm also at Istanbul.
Always. I always wait. Her zaman beklerim.
Teşekkürler. Görüşmek üzere.
Always. Give me a call. Thank you.
Tess, you were saying?
Yeah, I got a follow-up. Okay,
Shoot.
so we're talking about AI artists. I'm curious, one, what do you think about people who do gens and then trace it and then call themselves artist? Is that the same? Emotional? Yeah.
Same. Of course, same.
Okay. Two, when people are hiding that they're using AI, but they have like an art account, what kind of disclosures do you want as just like a person in society to know that this is AI? If they're not saying it with their words, can we do something on the meta level where there's like a watermark or like a pixel or something? Yeah.
Yes.
I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
Yes. I guess there needs to be some regulations to AI. If you are using it, if you are producing some content, some visuals, etc., it needs to be labeled under one of the corner of the image, like it's AI generated or it's a hybrid of AI and human work, etc. I guess this is something that the world needs right now, because people are always so confused to see, is this real or not, or what's this? This video is really happening or not? So I guess with these people, I guess it needs to be a must. But if they are still hiding, I can just smile, and I don't want to say that we should damn them. We should give them a good lesson, and we should expose them. We should tell everyone that this guy is using AI. To be honest, I myself experienced it with Kling AI, Midjourney, and ChatGPT, because I'm an artist too, and I need to know, I need to see what it is capable of, what is going to be happening. And I do made some experiments on them for maybe 1 or 2 weeks, but then I see that I beg your pardon for telling you that, but it's like moronic to me. It's moronic. It's not I'm not so used to let my mind off of the table. You know, I always used to work with my own mind and leaving the strings to something else, especially to a machine, felt me like not okay. And I was like, I'm not that dumb to that. To be able to do this task. So why am I going to use it for even for sketches or early stages of my work or etc.? No, and I enjoy the journey myself. I enjoy doing sketches, enjoy doing um, some how can I say some stages, some different stages of the work. It's a journey. It's struggling. You are sometimes you start to an artwork from something, and then and another idea came to your mind, and you uh, diverse the course of the artwork to somewhere else. So you totally came up with something different, and it's enjoyable. It's like a child playing with their toy. You know, it's the whole. When I see people constantly telling about other people that the result is the most important. No, the result isn't the most important. I guess for me, the process is the most important. The journey is the most important, and the exploration about in an artwork for an artist is the much fun part of it. So I really don't know about your question. What should we do about these kind of people? But I I think in time everything will sit on their place. Everything will calm down. But at the moment, I guess AI companies are treating like a bit greedy to how can I say saldırmak in English. Saldırmak.
To get a piece of.
Get a piece of everything everywhere. AI is everywhere. You should be get used to it. You should know that it's the future, etc. No, I don't have to do anything. And to be honest, one of my dreams for my old years, I'm going to leave everything digitally. Maybe only a pen and paper, and I will cut down my own internet and every technological devices from my life, and I will go on top of a mountain and I will die in peacefully. So I don't have to do anything because some people are saying me that you should get used to it. It's the future, etc., etc. No, I don't have to, because you are going to earn some money because you invest some money in this kind of technology. It doesn't mean that I need to accept it immediately.
Building my retirement Faraday cage is certainly my retirement goal too. As you were talking, I had one more question. Sorry, Mert, for taking over. What about false flags? So have you ever had an artist in your community or you yourself be accused of using AI on something that wasn't?
Yeah. Sometimes people told that I am using AI too, but I am always telling them that I'm doing these works for maybe more than 15 years, and they are coming me with some AI detector programs. They are uploading your work to it and ask how percentage of it is AI or not, etc., etc. They try to prove me that, look, we upload your work to this and it said it's 90% of AI, etc. And I'm showing them one of my early works from maybe 2005, and I upload it and it still says it's 80% of AI. You know what I mean? Because AI detect generators are not so successful at the moment. One of the reasons of that, and one of the reasons of about my works, usually look like AI to some people. I heavily use some photo references. Sometimes in some part of my pieces, I use photo bashing. I use many different techniques, not only just drawing. And so because they may be karıştırılmak in English,
mistaken.
This
Imperfect.
they may be mistaken with AI. You know what I mean? Yeah, and I usually see on X, especially, people are talking about this issue too. Some other people are being accused to be using AI, and it's not a problem. People can talk. People can tell anything they like, but we are going to do what we love the most, I guess.
Okay, thank you. No more questions for now. For now.
For now.
As a follow-up to Tess's question, so I had a similar question written, but you like the overall answer of you will be like, I don't care, abi, as far as I understand. But still, is there any change of how you how you document your work in case of like these allegations of you're using AI, etc.? You're not.
No. As I said, I experimented a little bit and looked if I can use it to help me with my workflow, or I can find a way to test my own workflow with it. And then I couldn't find it, and I find it very quote unquote silly. I find it very, how can I say, useless for myself. This is my opinion. For myself, it was useless. Maybe for another person, it may be useless. It may be useful. It hasn't changed my workflow in any way, and I'm still doing what I'm doing. And I don't use AI at any stage of my production of my work, and I don't think it will ever take my job away if I continue to do like this. To, how can I say, reddetmek, to reddetmek.
Reddetmek.
Evet, nedir İngilizce, in English?
To deny.
To deny it, yeah. If I continue to deny it, if I will lose or not, I'm not thinking about this too much. But because if I will lose, I will lose. I'm always a chill guy. I'm always very optimistic about the future. I'm always like, whatever. What can it do to me? It can do to me. I don't know. I don't care. I'm going to draw again and again. I will do what I know to do best, and. So AI can interfere with our profession as much as it wants. I only have one request for those people. Please stop calling yourself artists. That's all.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's all.
Tess?
Yeah, cool. What about your clients? Do you have any clients coming to you with AI generations? And
No.
No, none.
No, never came. They never came. They never asked me to use it, or they never asked me to lower my prices if I use AI, or if I make an image, an artwork, like a hybrid of my work and AI.
They won't come to you with ChatGPT cartoon dragon and be like, "This is the Valerian I had in my mind. Can you make it beautiful?"
No. Sometimes I'm usually working with authors, fantasy book authors, and sometimes a couple of them were trying to tell their ideas, what they have on their minds with some AI generated images, but just a couple of times. It was not that heavy. Like, I never did a workflow with a company or big corporation with doing some video calls and doing some AI generated presentations like it. I never experienced it. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, that's it. That's it. I'm good for now.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I have a closing question. To a young illustrator who is currently terrified that AI will take their job before they even get started, why is it still worth spending 10,000 hours learning to draw by hand in 2026?
Because working on a painting for hours, studying it, developing it, going from sketch to finished product, and struggling and feeling lost in some stages, but then finding your own way again. All this struggle is enjoyable, you know, and because a painter both struggles and learns while working on a single artwork, and also battles various storms over the years developing their art. And for an artist, perhaps more important thing is the process than the result. You know, as I said before,
Yep.
spending tens of thousands of hours or knowing that the work you produce is your own creation is far more real, believe me, than far more enjoyable than sitting at a keyboard and typing something in 10 seconds. At least it's far more quote unquote intelligent to me, and you don't feel like a moron like I was trying to learn how AI works. And I recommend it. The whole journey is so much enjoyable, and it was the exploration is the much exciting part. I always, for a quote unquote artist, I don't like to call myself an artist. I always like to hear from other people that if I'm an artist or not. But if I can call myself an artist, I find it kind of being on a boat on a vast ocean, maybe, how can I say, with a storm on top of you, you are rowing with, what's the name of this? Correct.
Uh, I don't have it. I don't have
You
it.
are rowing your boat.
Or
And
battle. Yeah, you got it.
yeah. And it's so terrifying because you are all of yourself and you are always feeling like you are lost or you are trying to get away from the storm. But then you finish the artwork. If you are paid for the artwork, especially, then the sun rises and the sea is calm and you are happy and you are gaining so much power, so much energy to go for another adventure. It's so adventurous, you know, but AI is so meaningless to me when I compare this workflow with AI. So if I get back to your question, for my young brothers and sisters, I can say that the journey itself is something that is worth to be taking the chance to explore, you know.
Thank you so much. And now I'm out of questions, but there's one tiny bit where, like I mentioned, the festival, the whole event has this gamification approach. So I ask every speaker which team they are on. So there are two teams. One team is called AI Apocalypse team, and the other team is AI Fundamentalist team. And one of them says AI will be the end of humanity, and the other one is more transhumanist, and that AI will flourish humanity. Which team are you on, abi? My question to you, because that team will earn 100 experience points based on your answer.
So, okay, Tess, please. Up,
No,
up and down.
Up or down?
I'm down. I'm down. AI will.
Yeah.
AI, if AI will be able to eradicate all humans, I guess it will do it. But I don't think it will be so much easy for us to go down that easy. I'm kinda. This is the. I can say this is the optimistic ones about AI. This is the pessimistic ones AI.
Yeah.
And I am not in the middle, but I am closer to the pessimistics. You know what I mean? I am closer to the down,
Like
I guess.
me as well, by the way. And also the participants. Tess, which team are you on? You're gonna earn 50
No,
experience
you can't
points.
dox me. You'll find out when I'm doing my own
Ah,
TTRPG channel on the
alrighto.
22nd.
Tess will host a Dungeons and Dragons TTRPG night next week, by the way. You are very welcome to join. Burak is going to be one of the players if there's no changes, so I'm looking forward to that night as well. But that's all, folks. So thank you for all your sincere and your energy and your answers. It was wonderful event, and I think like it's one of the most creative and most nerdy events of the festival yet. So I have one more request. Can you please show the book one more time so I'll take a
Of course.
screenshot?
Of course.
1, 2, 3. Nice. Thank you so much, everyone.
I thank you so much, guys, for including me with one of your videos and inviting me for listening my slow-paced English.
It was wonderful.
Try to wait for me to make some sentences. So thank you so much, everyone who has joined, and Mrs. Sude and Mr. Burak and Miss Tess. Thank you so much for being us, and thank you so much to you, Mert. Thank you.
Thank you, abi. Hope to see you next year's festivals as well with your new works.
I would be appreciated.
All
I
right.
would be appreciated.
Take care, everyone.
Much love to
bye
you
bye.
guys. Bye bye. Much love.
Ağzınıza
Bye bye.
sağlık, elinize
Bye bye.
sağlık.
Görüşmek üzere. Bye bye.